Hello my beautiful lady. So today I wanted to show you guys my flawless face routine. This is a routine that I do not use for an everyday basis, but it's definitely a routine I go to when I want that perfect flawless face. So let's just jump into this tutorial. I already moisturized my face, so now I'm just going to go ahead and prime it using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind primer. This is one of my favorite primers. It's only $10 and it literally does the job. It makes your skin super smooth and I just love this stuff. And I definitely would suggest using a primer when you want a flawless face because it definitely helps like fill in kind of those pores so that your foundation goes on nice and smoothly. And never forget to moisturize. The foundation that I use when I'm going for a flawless face is my MAC Studio Fix foundation. This is in the color NC40. It's a little dark for my skin right now, but since I'm going to be tanning, I decided I might as well use this because my skin's in the in-between phase right now, where it's not too dark, not too light. So another dupe for this foundation that I would suggest if you want a flawless face on a budget is this Revlon Color Stay foundation. I use this every day because I don't want to waste this one. So another foundation that I go to, I usually just switch between these three, is the L'Oreal Lumiere. These foundations I always like interchange depending on the day, but these are two great foundations and they're much cheaper, and I would definitely recommend these because I use these every day. I only use this on special occasions. And I just apply my foundation with this stippling brush. And I love this foundation because it definitely gives you that flawless, completely matte and full coverage finish. Next up is my concealer. Now, I recently went through a tragic loss when I ran out of my MAC Prep and Prime. I don't know if you've seen, but in all of my other videos where I show you guys my foundation and highlight, I went to my MAC Prep and Prime because that was my favorite. I would honestly sometimes just use it as a concealer, even though it was mainly a highlighter, but it definitely gave you the coverage of most concealers. So since I haven't been able to repurchase it, I've been using this NYX concealer, and this is definitely something to go to if you want that same, like, I got the MAC Prep and Prime in Light Boost, and which it has a yellowish tint to it, and this is a NYX concealer with that yellowish tint, and I love this stuff. It doesn't crease, and honestly, kind of gives me the same effect as my MAC Prep and Prime. I usually just like mix these two together, so I dot some of this and then apply my MAC Pro Longwear concealer. Another good sort of dupe-ish type of thing if you want to highlight under your eyes and you don't want to get the MAC Prep and Prime would be this Neutrogena Healthy Skin highlighter and brightener. I switch between these three concealers and this Garnier one, and I just interchange between these. The same thing with my foundation, it just depends on my mood. But since I love the yellowish tint under my eyes, I always go for this. So I'm just going to apply this under my eyes. And then once I'm done applying this, I will go ahead and blend it with a beauty blender. Okay, now that I'm done applying that, I don't know if you can see this, but on camera it does definitely look really bright, but I promise you it's not that bad in person, and I go ahead and blend that out with my other powders. But yeah, I look a bit crazy right now. But once I'm done with that, I go ahead and apply my MAC Pro Longwear concealer. This is my favorite concealer because it does not crease under the eyes at all. And if you are on the hunt for a really good concealer, I would definitely recommend getting this. Like, no concealer beats this concealer. And I just go ahead and put a small pump on the back of my hand. And then just blend that out using the beauty blender once I dab it in. Once I'm done applying my concealer, and this definitely, like I said, once you blend it out, it goes on a lot better. Once I'm done with my concealer, I'm going to go and set it with this Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. I would definitely recommend this powder to anybody. It's, I believe, like $3.47, and this powder is amazing. I love it. It doesn't look cakey. It makes your skin look absolutely flawless. I am in love, and there's nothing better than a makeup product that is so cheap and does the job of like a super expensive one. So I just go ahead and set that using this e.l.f. Flat top brush, and this brush is only about $3, and I love this for setting my concealer. And then I'll just go back in with my foundation brush to sort of blend out any harsh lines on the side. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go and contour my face. Now my favorite powder I use to contour is this True Match powder in the color Cocoa. It's just a really dark powder. And I start off my contour using this angled brush by MAC. It came in one of the holiday sets, and this is the 168. Any angled brush will do, or sort of like smaller brush, like a brush like this, or you can even, if you have a larger brush, just press it together with your finger and use it to contour. When contouring, a good tip is to always start off, apply more pressure up here so that your skin looks really narrow, and then to lighten up your touch as you get to here so it doesn't look too harsh, and it makes you look super chiseled, and it makes it flow perfectly. So I always apply the brush a little harder here and just lightly guide it to here, and I don't apply too much pressure once I get down to here. Next, if I ever want a very defined contour, I just go in with this dark brown color in my Essence of Beauty Eyebrow Duo, and I go in with my MAC 224 or any sort of blending brush, and I just do the same thing but concentrate it deeper in my hollow. Once you're done, you can just blend everything together. Once you're done with your contour, you can move on to your brush. You can move on to your blush. My favorite blush that I like using is this L'Oreal True Match in the color Spice Plum. I love this blush because it's so versatile, and you can use this for pretty much any look, and it's just perfect. And I just go ahead and apply that with my MAC 150. One thing with blush is that when you first get the product on your brush, you kind of want to dab it off because you don't want it to go on too harshly. Also, the first place where you set your brush is where it's going to be the most intense. So you'd want to start it out here. I always start out here and then lightly work my way in, because I don't want like two big red balls just on the front of my cheeks. That just doesn't look cute at all. So I always just start off out here and lightly work my way in, and I make a smirk like this kind of to get the apples, and then I suck in to get the other half. So yeah, just decided to share that. And then you can blend that out again. Now that you're done with your face, my favorite part of any flawless face is the highlight. Now to highlight, I always use my MAC Soft and Gentle highlighter. It's just a really pretty sort of gold champagne-ish color. It's a marble. Perfect. Any highlighter will do. I have this e.l.f. facial whip, sorry, it has a little bit of blush shade on it, but this I believe is only $1, and I love this for highlighting. So like I said, if you want a perfect face on a budget, this is definitely a great highlighter to go to. So I just take my MAC Soft and Gentle, and I grab my favorite brush. This is just a BH Cosmetics really big fluffy brush, and I dab it in. And I smile and start here and then work it up. Here you have it. This is my flawless face routine. This is definitely a look I go to when I have a special event to go to and I want my skin to look absolutely flawless, because my skin definitely has its moments where it just does not want to cooperate with me. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys, learned something and found out some new tricks. But yeah, stay tuned because I'm definitely filming another video right after this one. So once you finish checking out this one, be sure to check out my next one. I believe I'm going to be doing a summery night smoky eye.